गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत न शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम्। ॐ श्रीमहागणपते नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं। भद्रकाले नमो नमः। वेद वेदांत वेदांग विद्यास्थानेभ्यैव च सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुः श्रोत्रमतो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणम् अस्त्वनिराकरणम् मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते य उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम। फोर्थ मंत्र। यद्वाचानभ्युदितं येन वागभ्युद्यते तदेव ब्रह्मत्वं विद्धि। नीदं यदिदमुपासते यन्मनसा न मनुते येनाहुर्मनोमतम् तदेव ब्रह्मत्वं विद्धि। नीदं यदिदमुपासते यच्चक्षुषा न पश्यति येन चक्षुंषि पश्यति तदेव ब्रह्मत्वं विद्धि। नीदं यदिदमुपासते यच्छ्रोत्रेण न शृणोति यच्छ्रोत्रेण न शृणोति येन श्रोत्रमिदं श्रुतम् तदेव ब्रह्म त्वं विद्धि नेदं यदिदमुपासते नेदं यदिदमुपासते When I say that I am talking or I am watching or I am eating, any kind of suffix when you add to I am, then I becomes a variable entity. Any kind of statement you make associating the noun with the verb, then there is a change involved in the noun. When I say I am walking, so the action of walking is superimposed on I, and therefore this I has become changing now. I is changing. I am walking means I was earlier sitting, now I have started walking. A time will come, I will stop walking. And during walking also, because it is an activity, so initially in the walking, I will be more fresh, and after walking a lot, I will be tired also. So the I is associated with the change. I is associated with the doership. And this is our general understanding about ourselves. Either I am walking, either I am talking, either I am sleeping, either I am eating, either I am reading, either I am angry, either I am sad, either I am happy. We can't stop on I am. We can't stop on I am. We have to make a sentence. And this is called the ignorance of the jiva. We can't say I am, full stop. Aham asmi. Between aham and asmi you have to put something. Aham dukhi asmi, aham sukhi asmi, aham krodhi asmi. And that makes the whole life problematic. Because you are not understanding the I now. Yesterday you heard this point, that there is one knowledge or one consciousness which does not have any space or time, which does not have any activity, which does not have any shape, which does not have a world in it, which does not have a time in it, which does not have a future. And this light of consciousness is the one which is the main enlivener and illuminator of our body and the world also. That was the subject matter of the second mantra. Hence, the commentary of the second mantra is from 4th to 8th mantra. So we can't accept that there is there. When it goes through the process, we are going through a processed I. Like more the food is processed, more it is unhealthy. Similarly, more this I is processed and it got polluted with the mind, with the sense organ, with the vasanas. And the light is appearing as some other light. The one light which was not in time and space, which was not in body, which was not a part of the world, which is not varying, which is not related. The same light now is appearing as a part of the body, now is appearing as in time and space, now is appearing as related. And you cannot prove it by any praman. Second one, ignorance can't be proved. If you say 2 plus 2, Swami Ram Tirth was there. He was a small child. The inspector came in his school. The inspector said 2 plus 2. He said 5. The inspector said, who taught you? He said, ignorance is not taught. So, mistakes are there. It doesn't need any praman. There is no cause for anadi. It is ignorance is anadi. You don't know Russian language. Since when? Anadi. You can't say since birth I don't know. That means you know before birth you had known or what. Not like that. So when this light of consciousness, which you call I, see there are two I's now. One is the main one which should not be limited. And one is the one which we feel I am is very limited, which is under a pressure, which is living the life. One is in which living is superimposed on life. That is the main one. And in which other is there that which is living the life. This liver of the life, what you call, is a false interpretation. And to cut this point, the Upanishad is repeatedly asking us, Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidde. Please note that this light cannot be objectified. This is the attempt from 4th mantra to 8th mantra. When it is said, eyes, it is illuminating the eyes, but it is not the object of eyes. Now, if it is not the object of eyes, then this body is an object of eye. How can then this be the eye I am seeing? It was said it is not the object of eye, I-E-Y. So if it is not the object of eyes, that other person what sees cannot be the consciousness. It is the one through which is illuminating the ear, but it is not the object of ear. That means you cannot hear about me. So we are, have you heard about me? No, you cannot be heard about. Generally we objectify, we objectify I. We see ourselves as an object of the world. And here this is said you cannot be objectified. See the attempt of the Upanishad. If you are able to understand, this is the attempt on the Upanishad to drill this pointers. So Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi. Know that to be one, which is the enlivener of the eyes, but which is not enlivened by the eyes, which is known, through which mind is known, but mind does not know that. Because mind can't make it its object. You heard yesterday about this topic. So it is up to you how much you contemplate and how much you internalize it, how much you imbibe it. Nothing more can be done about that. It's a very personal matter. With whom you, how much you get related, that is your personal matter. I cannot force you, please be close to that person. But I cannot force you, please be far from that person. It is an internal matter. Be far away. I can't force. Please see this point. I am not the one which is related to eyes or ears or mind. I am not the one which is related to the thought. Because one who is illuminator can't be related to element. Related means which changes with the relative. Like this light is not related to my book. If I move the book, light is not moving. One whom you are related to, he is affected by you. And you are affected by that. If I was related to mind, real I, then with the movement of I will be affected, the main consciousness. But because it is an illuminator, therefore the illuminator is not related to element. If I was related to my body, then it cannot illuminate that body. It will not be illuminator. It will be doer, absorber. Okay? So one light which is illuminating is not relative. But one light who by mistake thinks it is my eyes, I am seeing, I am hearing, I am talking. Now I have related myself to the sense organ. I am sad, I am very excited, I am happy, I am very abrupt, I am very intelligent. This is I have related to the mind. Are you getting my point? It is so natural, but it is not right. Well, but I feel like that. When your feeling is like that, feeling has no value here. Keep your feeling away. But I should not feel. You are feeling wrongly. Problem is this. Is wrong feeling is there. You are relating yourself to mind. You are relating yourself to action. Well, I did this work. Which work? I cleaned the whole ashram. Acha? I cleaned whole room, your whole room. Therefore nothing was there. No, not that meaning is there. The action is not associated with you. Action is done by sense organ, by body, by mind, by intellect. The light does not do action because the area of action is another degree of reality. It's an imaginary area, and the area of light is a Paramarthik Satyam. Paramarthik Satyam can't work as an entity in the imaginary world. You can't go and do the office work in the dream. Waking state can't mix with the dream state. So one who is not related, one who is not a part, I made it a part, I made it suffering, I made it enjoying. Because I don't know that I am the one who is unlimited. And this is the effort of the Upanishad. It may sound a little difficult in the beginning, but someday you have to accept. If not today, after 5 days. If not 5 days, 20 days. If 1 year, 2 year, 10 year, 20 year, next birth, after 5 births, someday you have to come to this point. You cannot run away from the truth. More you run away from the truth, more truth will chase you. Best is to face it. Whether it is relative truth or it is absolute truth. You have to face that. Well, I don't like that person. Or I like that person. I don't like this work, I run away. No, because you don't like that work, you cannot run away. That work will be after you then. You are giving extra importance to that work by running away. Better to face it and solve it out and get out of the fear of that work. Let us face the music and sort the matter out. Because in your mind you will feel weaker after that. It will become a taboo. It will become something very big. However, it will be, my God, that work is so difficult. Let us face it when it comes. Let's see good and bad about it. Why to worry about that? So you can't run away from this for a long time. It will come back whether you study Bhagavad or you study Gita or you study anything. It will come back. God will come to teach you this. Oh my God. But we are so identified with the wrong self that we have become comfortable slave. We have been in love with our ignorance. And we have habituated to live the life of limitation. Like some pain is there for a long time, slowly you adopt to that pain. You feel this pain will be there, I have to live with it. You stop putting effort to get out of it. You have got habituated to living with that pain. Although you can get out, but you have developed a habit of living with that pain. Initially you were not living with that pain, but now you are living with that pain. But little effort may take you out of that pain. Now I am coming to the seventh mantra. So all mantras have the same kind of flavor. It's at least 6, 8, not whole Upanishad. Very different Upanishad is there. Now we will enter into second part. Only one part is over. Not over, 2 mantras are remaining. I mean after today. It is not over yet. I hope it will be over today. Part 1. 4 chapters are there. So 1 chapter will be over. So yat shrotrena shrunoti. 7th mantra. Yat shrotrena na shrunoti. So here yat is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. So that which is not heard by the ears. That which is not heard by the ears. Yena shrotram idam shrutam. By which ears are heard. The language. Yena shrotram. Idagam is there. There is a word. I don't know in your book how it is written. Idam is there. Or idagam is there like this. Vedic is there. That is called Vedic. Idgam. It is called Idgam. Idam is there, Idgam. ऐसा होगा, one sign will be like this. So yena shrotram idagam shrutam. So mantra pushpam, if you read, then also such kind of letters are there. Idagam shrutam. Isa vasyam idagam. So देखो क्या बोल रहे हैं उपनिषद? By which ear is heard? Lo. By which ear is heard means what? The power of hearing in the ear is because yesterday you heard the prism example. So the light goes through the prism and the same prism is emanating one light toward the ear, one towards the eyes, one towards the nose, one towards the skin. The same mind, same light of consciousness is expressing through all. Therefore, when you wake up, all light come together. Not that ears are, I can't hear because still it is late. Sometime, your air con is on, your tube light is on, fan is on, and electricity goes off, and you sleep. In the middle of the night, the light comes back. And midnight when the light comes, all are on. All. Not that one is on, other is not on. All are on. Because they are all connected to one source. ठीक? Now, yat shrotrena na shroti. 1-2 points before we move ahead. See, when I say ear hears, like my words you are hearing. Very good. You are hearing? Yes, you are hearing. Acha. I'll tell you one thing. Vakpadiya, there is one text called Vakpadiya. And also Nirukta also says the same thing. It says that every form has a sound. Every form is having a sound. There is no form which does not have a sound. Rather, any form is made out of sound. Vag arthif sampriktav vagartha pratipatte bhavani shankaro vande. Vag arthif sampriktav vagartha pratipatte. Jagata pritaro vande Parvati Parmeshwara. This is how Kalidas does the Vandana. He says, well, what does it mean? As the speech and the meaning of speech is not different. His speech and the meaning of the speech is not different. Similarly, Parvati and Shiva are not different. Means what? Means this is a flower. A nice color is there. Quite a roses have come. So supposing this flower is there, the form is there. There is no sound, you see, there is no sound in the flower. It appears as silence. It's not silent. There is a sound in this. There is inherent sound in it. Therefore, if I take a petal and I tear it up, there will be one sound. If I tear any paper, there is no paper to tear. There will be one sound. One sound will come. Or when the tree is being cut, so there is a sound there. That sound was in the tree. Sound and the tree was not different. Even when you burn something, sound is there. Even when I do like this, there is a sound there. Sound is there. All form is associated with a sound. I am not saying man-made sound. It is a nature-made sound. Nature-made sound. Man-made sound is different. Man-made, that is called language. A language is there. Some sound may not be language. Sound may not be language. The dog barks, it is no language there. Trumpet of the elephant, there is no language. They may have sign. Among the animals, they have a sign language. So I was in one forest, and when the lion was coming, so all animals gave sound, sign. So sign, they gave a sign that lion is on the move. So they have a certain sound is there. I have no idea what sound was there, but guide said the sound is there. Now the lion is around. I said, run away. It was evening time. I said, lion will have supper otherwise. It was open jeep. Lion can pounce. So sound is there. So that which illuminates the sound is ears. Illuminates means what? Hears. Hears. You say, I understood, I heard what I said. Even and you can hear a sound without the meaning of the sound also. There is no meaning of the sound, but you can hear that. But main thing is illumination. You illuminate it. You understood, you heard it. You say, I heard this sound coming from somewhere. You heard somebody's around, I think. Somebody is walking. I heard the footstep. The night you heard around 2 o'clock, you heard somebody footsteps here. So you thought it's my imagination maybe. It's not real, I'm imagining. But again you heard. This cannot be imagination. You are conceiving it. You are hearing that. You heard. Again you heard. Then you get fearful. Well, oh my God, who's there? Whom to call? Let me put off the light because whosoever is there, he will think I'm sleeping. Some are so scared they don't put on the light also at that time. Best to put on the light. Hearing was illumination. Getting fearful was jivatva. When you only heard, it was illumination. But when you got fearful, that was bhokta. From drishta, you became bhokta. This is how we slip to the jiv level very fast. It was pure consciousness, but after that it became impure consciousness. It was only illumination. I say like that. I snapped. When I snapped, what happened? What happened? Nothing happened. This sound went into your ears, and in yourself, that consciousness was heard as a sound. On the pure consciousness, there is imagination of sound. The consciousness appeared as a sound. It is only consciousness. Because you heard this sound in the ear. Ear is in the mind. Mind is in the self. So you heard this sound in the self as a thought. But in the self, thought cannot be created. Self alone is appearing as a thought. And therefore this sound was only a consciousness appearing as a sound. Illumination is appearing as illumined. This is the only thing. Topic is over. But when you possess this and you get happy, sad, angry, then you have slipped down from illumination to sufferer or enjoyer or achiever. If I had seen all the sounds in me, that is called Tadeva Brahma Tvam Viddhi. Therefore, in Vedanta it is said, the consciousness is that silence which is not opposed to noise. Generally, silence is opposed to noise. You say it was very silent place. I went, nobody was there. Ashram is very silent. Nobody is seen here and there. Nobody is seen in that room. Everybody is so quiet. So when you say today I went, market was very silent. Nobody was there. Generally you say silence is opposed to noise and sound. Please keep quiet. Keep quiet. Keep. The action is there. When you say keep quiet, keeping quiet is an action. Then as you progress more in your sadhana, you are asked, be quiet, not keep quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet is also an action. Be quiet. That means bring the thought of quietness. Shantyakar vritti you bring. But Vedanta does not say keep quiet and be quiet. Vedanta says, know that you are quietness, unopposed to noise and sound. This is called, which is illuminating the ear, but it is not illumined by the ear. Moment you react, you become an object. You have objectified yourself. You have objectified I. It is better to objectify this. But you have objectified I. Well, he said this to me. Why he said like this to me? Who is he to say like this? He thinks I am a fool. I am not a fool. I am a Hindi fool. So, tadeva brahmatvam vidhi, that knowledge, that illumination, which is illuminating the sense organ called ear, but it is not the object of the ear. That means all the knowledges are taking there, but that is not a part of any knowledge. No knowledge starts and no knowledge ends in Brahman. There may be imagination of a starting of knowledge, but there is no knowledge which is really starting in Brahman, because that alone is all knowledge. This is the meaning. But when I don't understand this meaning of Brahman, I forget that Brahman. I forget the limitlessness, and I become victimized knowledge, polluted knowledge, objectified knowledge, contaminated knowledge with the object. I am not uncontaminated illuminator knowledge. I have become contaminated illuminator or contaminated known. Because only he said this to me, I have become. So he made me small. He made me small. Right? That means you have become small. Or he made me big. He made me so small I cannot tell you. See, don't just read it like a scholar. It's not an academic study. There is the academic part also. I'm not saying the thing is there. But don't make it only academic study. It won't help you, do you? It should be a realization session. The satsang time is a realization session. Even if other time you slip, At least in satsang time, one Mahatma told me, at least during satsang time, have set sampatti. If you cannot have sham dam uparati at all time, at least during this time, if you can have that, this will be carried forward in your life. And therefore, many people, while listening only, they are in meditation. It doesn't mean you should close your eyes while listening. Never do that. Some are there who close their eyes while listening. अब speaker is not knowing, he is meditating, he is sleeping, he is tired. If listen, and even if you are closing your eyes, focus on the words, not on the what is beyond the word. Don't go there. Whole day is there to do that. Yat shrotren na shrunoti yena shrotramidam. By whom ears is heard, which is illumining the ear. थोड़ा और देख लेते हैं, एक दो लाइन और देख लेते हैं, 1 or 2 points. Or shall we go ahead? Let me go ahead. Then we can see something else. Because you said we will complete it today. चले? Next 8 words. Let me complete this. Yat pranena na praniti येन प्राणः प्रणीयते तदेव ब्रह्म त्वं विद्धि नेदं यदिदम् उपासते. So here last point is there. What is said here? Yat pranena na praniti. Prana means Kriya Shakti. Pran, you must have heard, use the word, बोले प्राण निकल गया. If the person has to die, we say प्राण went away. उनका प्राण खत्म हो गया. निष्प्राणो भवति. This Gita, what Gita has used the word gata soon. Gata soon means who's dead. Gata soon. Agata soon means who's not dead. Gatasu nagatasu. Asu means pran. Asu. Not ashu. Asu. So asu is there. So asun ho gaya plural uska. So that which enlivens, that which is your Kriya Shakti. That is called prana. Prana is not called this breathing is only prana. Whole body is full of prana. This prana vayu is on the top portion. Prana, pan, vyan, saman, udan, all kind of vayu is there. Kriya Shakti. Power of activity is there. So when you are very tired, you say, I'm very tired, because prana Shakti is exhausted. Even hunger is the dharma of the prana. Everything is governed by prana only. Circulation, digestion, excretion, and illumination. Panch prana you must have heard. 5 pranas are there. That is not the topic, and I'll not go into that. Otherwise it will be big digression. Small digression is acceptable, not big digression. To come to the topic. Otherwise, tell me about prana. We'll see later on. Goes and see a tattva. But prana, understand, prana is a Kriya Shakti through which your vital organs are active, through which your body is working, because of which you are not tired, because of which you are functioning. Supposing a person is tired, so you say, how are you? I am okay. So you say, not well today. What happened? Why are you speaking so dull? Well, I'm feeling very tired. I don't feel like talking today. When talking is a challenge that time. If a person who is about to die, for him winking is a challenge. Slowly you say, please open the eyes. Daddy, Papaji. Raju has come. So slowly, if you have seen, so slowly he opens his eyes. So much effort they take to open the eyelid because energy is not there. To raise the hand also, energy is not there. To speak also, energy is not there. Uh, energy is not there. Weakness बात आ गई. You must have heard all these things or seen also. So that activity is gone. Most active person becomes so inactive at times. You wonder what happened to him. Such a person, dynamic person, running and jumping. Now he is on the bed. He can't move also. He can't turn also. He can't lift his hand also. He can't move his leg also. Prana is not there. So prana is the one which illumines every organ. Therefore, all the sense organs are working because of prana. This is in Prashnopanishad and Brihadaranyaka also. So prana is the enlivener of everything. It's a vitalizer. And when prana goes away, so they see whether he is breathing or not. So earlier days, now the sophisticated systems, so they used to take a cotton and put in front of nose to see whether little air is there or not. Whether he is really breathing or he is totally gone now. Now this doctor is there, doctor has to declare that he is no more now. He has to declare he is no more. Or without declaring also person can cremate. He has to be declared, I think the person is no more. I think laws are like that. So he is declared because doctor will say no, his heart is not pumping at all. There is no breathing, it's all over. He will come sorry and move out. So there is no prana there. Breathing is not there. So all functions are over. Stomach is not working, kidney is not working, lungs are not working. All have gone now. So body is just प्राण चला गया इनका. बोले why you are talking about प्राण चला गया? I'm getting so scared. हमारा ना प्राण चला गया. No, you have to hear all that. So the prana is the one which vitalizes everything. Is a vitalizer. Very good. And this prana goes up, apan vayu goes down. When apan vayu will go up and prana vayu will come down, it will be death. Apan vayu goes down, excretion. Prana vayu goes up. And this vitalizes the whole body. This much is very evident. But what is not evident, and it needs Vedanta, that this prana is not active by itself. There is one mantra in Kenopanishad, na pranena, na apanena, martyo jivati kaschana, itarenu te jivanti, yasmin etau upashritau. In Kenopanishad this mantra comes. He said person is not alive because of prana. Na pranena, na apanena. Person is not alive because of prana. Person is alive because something else which is vitalizing the prana also. But why? Because prana itself is a part of an assembly. How? Because to keep the prana is dependent on your food, water, etc. If you don't give water, prana will go away. Therefore, prana is dependent on sense organ and prana is dependent on object. Okay, I understood that. So, itred tu jivanti asminetau upashritau. So, pran is dependent on the one who is not a part of the whole assembly. And pran is dependent on the consciousness only. I hope this point is little clear. Clear? चलो बहुत अच्छी बात है. Clear हो गया. I'll take you a little more into it. Little more. Can you go ahead now? Go ahead. When the conception takes place in the mother, what is it called? Zygote is there. Fetus becomes later on. No? Fetus is the later part. First is zygote. Zygote is of this big. Peanut or something, very small. There is no breathing in it. That particular piece of, what do you call it, zygote, it's just a protein. It grows. Slowly when it grows, in that, prana comes after some time. Then you say the baby is alive now. Sometimes baby may be dead inside the stomach also. But he is alive now. I am asking you this question. That prana which came in that baby, it came. The prana was not evident in the seed of the mother or father. There was no prana was there. But that prana which came, that was by the hidden consciousness which manifested the prana when the baby grew slightly, when the fetus grew slightly. Then it started pumping. Then it starts pumping. And you can feel it also. Through the sonography, I mean. You can know that this is a breathing. They can make it out that the baby is breathing. Baby is alive. He is healthy. He is mentally okay. Later on, it was not. But at that time, so that prana has come from where? That consciousness was already pervading that fetus. That fetus which was pervading etasmat jayate prana manas sarvendriyani cha kham vayur jyotirapa prithvi vishwasdharani. This comes in Mundak. And this comes in Kaivalya. And Mundak also. So from that, prana comes out. Please note my point. From the consciousness, that alone, it is a vitalizer. Because the prana is vitalized by the light of consciousness. This prana cannot vitalize consciousness. Prana can vitalize body. Prana can vitalize sense organ. Prana can vitalize something else other than. But prana can't vitalize its own source. Therefore it is written, Yat pranena na praniti. Yat pranena, that pran, that purush, that cannot do that pran. Cannot live in that pran. Na pranena. It is not lived by pran. Pran cannot objectify it. Which is, but it is, pran is lived by that only. That means the power of prana is because of that pure consciousness which is illuminating that. Tadeva brahmatvam viddhi. Okay. देखो कितना है. Here Bhashyakar adds one small point I will say. He said, Yat pranena granena. He said by prana, so mukhya prana is physical prana, gauna prana is granendriya, the power of smell. You can't smell without this prana. Smelling is another thing, prana is another thing actually. But both are intertwined here in the nose. You can't smell without inhaling. Try. You cannot smell. Rather, when you want to smell, you do like this. So you are inhaling actually. So prana and grana both are occupying same headquarters. So you are inhaling now, and you know that yes, what a good fragrance is there. Good fragrance is there. You inhaled. So he uses granena parthivena nasika putantar avastitena antakarana prana vrittibhyam sahitena yanna praniti gandhavatna vishay karoti yen chaitanyatma jyotisha. What is missed here? What is missed here? I think I am breathing. I think I am breathing. I don't know. I don't think that I am illuminator of all breathing. Breathing will, and we think when breathing won't be there, I'll be not there. I'll be dead. This is false. Your existence is not dependent on breathing. Body's existence is dependent on breathing. Body will fall off without breathing. I can agree with that. But you are illuminator of breathing. Before breathing started, you were there. And after breathing will be not there, you will be there. Well, I won't die. No, your body will die. Please differentiate this point. This is a very important aspect. If you say, I am breathing, you may say that. If you go to the doctor, don't use Vedanta there. So, doctor says, are you breathing properly? He said, no, I'm not breathing. Don't use these things. When you are living in the empirical world, use the empirical language. But understand yourself in Vedantic language. That's called foolishness. Don't make it will be fun of Vedanta. Vedanta is very serious matter. Because I have heard all these statements. And doctor is asking, are you breathing or how is your breathing? Heavy breathing is there or wheezing is there. So use those language what is in the bodily terms. But what we miss to understand here, and where I want to take the attention, is that breathing is dependent on me. I am not dependent on breathing. Generally, I think if I don't breathe, I will pass away. Generally, I think I am breathing very fast, or I am breathing very slow, or I am a heavy breather, or breathing is a part of my life. We feel like that. I am a part of breathing. You are not. Or digestion is part of my life. Circulation is part of my life. All these are enlivened by me. They may stop, they may start. I will be still there. You cannot stop my existence. Because people will go away from the road. Sun won't stop. Sun is not dependent on the presence or absence of people. Because lot of people are there, more sunlight is there. And nobody is there, sunlight has become dimmed. Automatically dimmer is there. Like if more people come, more light is there. Less people are there, auto adjustment is there. Like in the mobile is there. If you are not using, automatically brightness comes down. Then using, brightness is again enhanced. It's not like that. Here you breathe or you don't breathe. Your body exists or doesn't exist. the light of consciousness will remain as it is. Because there is no variation in it. It is not in time and space that will stop. Anything stops only when it is started. Something is a part of time, then it stops and starts. It's called stop clock. Start clock. But it did not start in time. Yat pranena na praniti. So what you call death in Vedanta, you know about death. It is as issue as falling off a blade of grass on you. This is death. As you do like this to the blade of grass, that much importance death has. Sorry, that much also important death does not have. And what you say, birthdays and all these things, as one blade of grass has come on your shirt, that much importance also bird does not have. Because all this is happening in the imaginary realm. One start of a shadow is called birth. Stopping of the shadow is called death. It has nothing to do with me. I am the one which gave the authority to the prana to breathe. I am the one who am giving the authority to the eyes to see. I am the one who is giving the authority to the mind to think. Who is giving authority? He himself is puzzled with the mind. Who is giving authority? He himself is troubled by the mind. One who is in livener, he feels captured. I brought him in the committee and he took me out. Like the Lord Shiva in the same room. So, my point, her room, they locked her only. They locked her out. It was her room, they asked to go out. How can the one who is in livener, who is a white lies, who is giving existence, how can that be non-existence? Because the non-existence of the prana. Only way to happiness is truth. There is nothing called you can be happy without truth. If you are escaping from knowledge, you are escaping from happiness actually. You think you can get out of knowledge, but actually you are running away from happiness. Time is over. We'll see tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namah. Hari Om.